at any pro tour, at any event these days where it's the bulk of our touring scene, any finish in the top 20 is something you did something good.
Absolutely.
I think the players right now are on a whole nother level, and it's I love every card I get to play on because dudes are so good. They're throwing shots better than I feel like we've seen in the past 5 years.
Hey guys, Johnny Disc Golf here at the 2019 Glassblown Open with coverage presented by Disc Golf Pins. I am joined by the ever-friendly Mr. Eric Oakley. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? I'm great. Enjoying the weather out here. It's a little rainy right now, but the wind is down, so it's making it enjoyable to actually play some golf.
Yeah, so you are Team DD, and this is like DD's masterpiece of an event. How does it feel as like being part of the team, and is it a special event for you guys?
Absolutely, because we get to interact with so many people, because I feel like a lot of the people who are coming to the Glassblown Open are DD fans, are the Trilogy fans and whatnot. So it really is great that we can walk around, we can go in the store and really interact with people and sell them discs and everything. It's a kind of a cool, like, grassroots style approach to it. Plus, you know, everybody here knows who we are that's in the disc golf world in the Emporia area, and they're kind of pulling for us to just, I mean, have a good showing and represent the brand, and you know, and in a sense represent Emporia too, which is really cool.
For sure. I really like about GBO, I mean, I love GBO, but maybe the thing I like the most about GBO is the accessibility. You know, all these fans are here, and we're just like staying in a hotel room right next to them, and it's really like, it puts you in touch with why I'm out here doing this, you know?
Exactly. So for me, it's, we go to Walmart, we go to Radius, we go to the store, we go just about anywhere, and you're recognized. And it's an opportunity for us as being ambassadors of the sport to impact these fans and keep them in the sport and solidify their place as disc golfers for the future. And that's you know, I've heard this term before, and I've been using it a lot lately, is like a rising tide lifts all ships. So if we get more people involved in disc golf, everyone's going to find success.
Exactly, man. On the media side of things, we use that term a lot. You know, it's like not necessarily it's who's important, who's on lead card. It's just that it's getting covered good, and it's just better for everyone.
Absolutely.
So enough about the event itself. Let's talk about a little bit of disc golf.
Yeah.
Jonesboro last year, I remember you had a great finish. You know, kind of, I'm not going to call it a coming out party, but it was like maybe one of your better finishes of the season. How'd it go for you last week, and how you feeling coming into this week?
Honestly, Jonesboro was a great place to be at. I always love being out there. The course sets up well for my game. If I'm putting well, I can really shoot some really low numbers. But last week we had beautiful weather round one. I played well, put myself on third card, and was, you know, in a place to make some moves. And then the next day we only played 4 holes, and then everything got canceled. It was the right call. And, you know, I appreciate that them trying to get us 3 rounds in, and then we had to play 32 holes. Our card played 32. There's cards that played more and cards that played less, which is totally fine. And, you know, just kind of ran out of energy. I wasn't ready for it. It was difficult conditions. The ground was soggy. You know, you were constantly having to be on your toes. It kind of reminded me of like USDGC, but with adverse conditions. We're making you mentally grind, because every hole just got that much more difficult. So your birdies were way more important and whatnot. So I played solid golf. You know, was able to I finished 13th, and you know, towards coming down the stretch, I could have finished in the top 10, but I didn't. I made a couple mistakes, made a couple miscues, you know, but it was such a good experience to learn, because I hadn't had that big event and come back to it yet. So that was kind of cool to just kind of feel it out, go play good golf, and, you know, put up a good finish. You know, I know that I'm capable of better, and I know I'm capable of better than that third place finish. But we just have to. It's got to all come together in one, and, you know, I'm just going to be ready for that moment.
Yeah, that's an interesting mindset. I haven't really like dove into a lot. Like, a great finish the year before, and then coming back to that event. Where's your headspace at? Like coming into this year's event, considering you know that you can do it?
Yeah. So we talked in our interview at Vegas. Was I kind of been keeping those expectations down, thinking, I'm remembering that what it was like to be a 970 golfer and how nice it was to just shoot 1,000 rated round. Those kinds of things really start to play a positive toll on you, and that's super cool. And I had that same mentality. It's like, yeah, you played well, but you got to do the same thing again. You got to go play well if you want that same type of finish. You want a really good finish. It's not just going to come naturally because you did good last year. So that it was good to put myself in a position to have success. And, you know, a couple breaks go my way. Maybe we're talking, you know, the same thing, but, you know, we're sitting here thinking like 13th is always good. At any pro tour, at any event these days where it's the bulk of our touring scene, any finish in the top 20 is something you did something good.
Absolutely.
I think the players right now are on a whole nother level, and it's I love every card I get to play on because dudes are so good. They're throwing shots better than I feel like we've seen in the past 5 years.
No, I totally agree. And, you know, we've saw even last year, specifically this course, we saw some of the best golf that we saw all year.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one thing that is changed is the course itself. Significant changes out here. How do you, I know you've got a couple of practice rounds in now. How are you feeling about the changes? And are any of those maybe like sticking out to you? They speaking to you?
The three that really come to mind, 7, 8, and 9. Honestly, those three right there are incredibly challenging. They've made the tee shots a lot more demanding, and you know I applaud Eric and everybody who worked out here to do that because you know those holes before were very easy to par, very difficult to bogey, and you know you probably should expect a birdie. And now we're at the place where demanding tee shot after demanding tee shot after demanding tee shot, and I mean, if you slack off for a half a second, you're taking a bogey. You might take even more on some of these holes. So I as my game plan goes, I know what I'm doing off the pad. I'm gonna stick to it, you know, and let the rest, you know, play out. If I have good lies, I can be aggressive. If I have, you know, mediocre lies, par is a good score. Especially if you know we get a little bit of breeze out here. It's supposed to look nice, but it's Kansas. We're gonna have some kind of wind, you know.
There will be something.
Yeah. So I'm ready to give myself opportunity after opportunity, and if I do that on, say I do that, you know, 15 to 14 of the holes, I should put up a pretty good number out here. So
you mentioned weather. It's been calm today. It was it was beautiful yesterday. Hair windy, but beautiful. We're going to get some rain here in a sec, or I guess should be here in a sec.
Let's keep talking about it. It might stay.
I know. As long as we keep the umbrellas out, it won't rain. If it does get nasty though, you've been practicing in calm weather. Is that something that you think about beforehand, or is it just like something maybe in the moment you're just making a switch in a game plan? Or how do you go with that?
Just kind of playing even a little bit smarter because again, that really hypens up how often you par, and then their birdies are what are going to carry you up the leaderboard. You know, having the past 2 tournaments, Nick Hyde Memorial and Jonesboro, be somewhat inclement conditions for 2 of the rounds, I think has really, really prepped me for, you know how to play, keep your disc dry, over-prepare, and just throw smooth. Just keep it slow. If you're 50 to 100 feet short of where you are in practice, that's fine as long as you're not putting yourself in danger. Again, finding those places to get opportunities.
So enough about disc golf. We spend our whole day, our whole lives doing disc golf.
Always.
One thing that is really cool is at Waco, or I believe was it just after or before Waco, you and Tina went to the RV Entrepreneur Summit.
Yes.
I want to touch on that because I think it's great, man. How was that experience, and can you tell us a little bit about like what you did or how it was for you?
Yeah, so it was a place where just entrepreneurs who are in RVs, traveling the country, living their dreams and doing that, but they also have businesses. Lots of CPAs, lots of people who are, you know, found a way to get their lives on the road. And it was really cool to see all the different perspectives. Tina and I actually got to speak in front of everybody, which was cool. It was like 300 plus and maybe more people. And it was at a beautiful place in Lake Gunnersville, Alabama. And I mean, I was just talking disc golf with everybody. I was like, we could put a disc golf course out here. It'd be so sick. But that's cool. But as far as the summit goes itself, Tina was glowing because she is an entrepreneur.
The entrepreneur.
Yeah, so I'm out playing disc golf. She's running a business. She's putting out videos. She is one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. So plug to Tina. I love you. But the summit itself was eye-opening for myself of, you know, hearing these people talk about business.
Yes.
I also kind of, like, in a weird way, I have to think about myself as a business.
As a brand. As a business.
And so I'm thinking, all right, what can I be doing more to improve my game? What can I be doing more to improve my social media following? What can I be doing every single day to be improving myself and continuing to progress forward? And I think that was a really good thing because we can get complacent very easy in our sport and in this lifestyle because, you know, I went out and played disc golf today. I'm just going to sit around and watch YouTube videos. It's like, okay, well, let's roll out. Let's watch course previews. Let's watch the courses from last year. Let's watch some videos, because being able to dissect the game even farther was really good. So I think that summit helped me a ton with, like, all right, we have to be good, and we have to be thinking long term here about what we can be doing in the sport as far as a player and even further.
That's so cool, man. It's really cool to hear disc golfers, who are on tour, living the dream, but they're also thinking about the long term, right? Because it could be really easy, like you said, just to get sucked in. I'm in Kansas this week, I'm in the next, and just it just gets into routine, and you get sucked into that. So it's really cool, to see you guys stepping out and growing disc golf in your own way, but growing yourselves too.
Totally.
So for all those fans at home that are pulling for you and are trying to help support you, is there anything you want to say, or any words of advice, anything? What do you want to say to the fans?
So for you guys, if you're out playing a tournament this weekend or next weekend, just go out, lower your expectations, enjoy the game. That's the reason you're out playing. And then to go a step further, thank you guys for supporting players like us, supporting Corey and what he gets to do. He's helping us grow as a brand and grow as people, so that's huge. The disc golf community is so great for that. We talk about a lot where we're as much fan sponsored as we are brand sponsored, because you guys buy their stuff, you buy their product, and help them in turn support us. So thank you guys. Keep being awesome, and as I'll plug, be dynamic.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Eric. Seriously, I really appreciate it. I know you got a lot to do. We're trying to beat this rain out here. For all of you guys at home, if you want coverage of all things disc golf, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that interview. If you'd like to support me on tour, check out patreon.com/JohnnyDiscGolf. And if you'd like to check out those who also support me, check out Disc Golf Pins. They're such cool people doing awesome things in the sport.